Welcome back to my channel Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today, we are diving deep into the 1977 Lincoln Penny, one of the most overlooked coins in circulation, yet one that hides amazing treasures that can be worth thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even millions of dollars in the right circumstances. At first glance, the 1977 penny looks like just another common coin from your pocket change, but when you dig into the details, explore the mint errors, study the varieties, and look at the rare top condition examples, you will realize that this year holds secrets that most people never knew about, and the value of some of these coins has shocked collectors at auction. A 1977 penny was part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series designed by Victor David Brenner, which had been in circulation since 1959, replacing the earlier wheat cent. The obverse features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909, and the reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, a design that ran until 2008. Before being replaced by the shield reverse, this was the standard cent of American commerce during the late 20th century, and billions were struck in 1977, making most examples common. But it is within these billions that a few extraordinary rarities were created, and those are the coins that can be worth life-changing money. First, let's talk about the basic mint production. In 1977, the United States Mint produced pennies at 3 locations: Philadelphia, which used no mint mark; Denver, which struck pennies with the D mint mark; and San Francisco, which struck proof coins with the S mint mark. Billions were made at Philadelphia and Denver, while San Francisco produced far smaller numbers of proof coins for collectors. This is important because while common circulation strikes are worth only face value in worn condition, the proof coins and high-grade mint state circulation strikes start to climb in value when they are certified at the top of the grading scale. For circulated 1977 pennies, the value is normally just 1 cent, but if you have an uncirculated gem graded MS67 or MS68, the value skyrockets. A 1977 D penny graded MS67 red can sell for $100 to $300, while a 1977 P in MS67 has sold for over $1,000 at major auctions. And when you get into the finest known examples, those rare coins in MS68 or higher, collectors are willing to pay several $1,000s, and these continue to rise in value as registries set collectors compete for the best of the best. But what really makes the 1977 penny a star are the mint errors and varieties that turn an ordinary cent into a fortune. One of the most famous is the double die obverse. While there is no major catalog double die for 1977 like the 1955 or 1969s, there are still minor doubling varieties to look out for. On Liberty the date, and I in God we trust, these can sell for hundreds, and high-grade and dramatic examples could be worth thousands if certified by PCGS or NGC. Now, let's get into the rarest mint errors. First is the 1977 penny struck on the wrong planchet. This occurs when a penny design is struck on a blank intended for another coin. Examples include a 1977 penny struck on a dime planchet or on a foreign coin planchet. These are extremely rare and have sold for $10,000 to $50,000 at auction, but the true million-dollar potential lies in unique discoveries. For example, if a 1977 penny were found struck on a silver planchet or even a transitional planchet left over from an earlier year, collectors believe such a coin could fetch well over $1 million because of its rarity and the intense demand for spectacular mint errors. Another valuable type is the 1977 off-center strike penny. When a coin is not properly aligned in the press part of the design is missing, slight off-center errors may sell for a few dollars, but dramatic 50% off-centers where the date remains visible can sell for $5,000 to $10,000, and in pristine mint state, the values can climb even higher. Collectors love dramatic off-centers from the Lincoln Cent series, and 1977 is no exception. Double-struck 1977 pennies are also highly collectible. When a coin is struck twice by the dies and shows 2 impressions, these coins are fascinating. Some simple double strikes may only be worth a few hundred, but dramatic double-struck examples where the second strike is far off-center can sell for several $1,000s, and in the right condition could approach 6-figure territory. If extremely dramatic, then there are broad strike errors from 1977 where the collar die fails and the coin is struck without the normal rim. These appear larger and flatter than normal cents, and while not as valuable as wrong planchet errors, they still bring premiums with high-grade examples worth hundreds or thousands. Clipped planchets are another type of error to watch for in 1977 pennies. A curved or straight clip where part of the coin is missing due to an error in cutting the blank planchet before striking can add value. These coins are often worth $50 to several $100s, depending on size of the clip and condition. Dramatic double or triple clip planchets can sell for thousands. Proof coins from 1977 struck at San Francisco are another source of value. A 1977's proof in PR70 deep cameo can sell for thousands of dollars because perfection is so rare. The majority of proof coins show minor haze or hairlines, but flawless examples bring big premiums. Collectors will pay heavily for coins that have deep cameo contrast with frosted devices and mirror-like fields in perfect grade. The history of the Lincoln cent itself also adds to the appeal. Introduced in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the penny was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person rather than a symbolic design. Over the years, the penny has gone through many changes in composition, including the shift from bronze to copper-plated zinc in 1982, but the 1977 penny was struck in the traditional bronze composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Each coin weighs 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. This copper composition adds intrinsic value because copper prices have risen over time. Although the melt value is still less than 1 cent today, the true value comes from rarity, condition, and errors. Let's also talk about market demand. The Lincoln Cent series is one of the most widely collected coin series in the United States. Millions of people began collecting pennies out of change as children, and the series remains affordable for beginners, yet incredibly challenging and high-grade for advanced collectors. This means there is always strong demand for rare pennies, especially from the 1970s, where high-grade examples are tougher to find because so many coins were heavily used in circulation. Auction records show that 1977 pennies have already sold for thousands of dollars in top condition, and rare errors have crossed into the tens of thousands. But what collectors and investors are always waiting for are those once-in-a-generation discoveries. If a unique 1977 penny error coin were to surface, such as a silver planchet strike or a double denomination error, where a penny design was struck over another coin, that coin could easily be $1 million piece because it would combine rarity, demand, and historical intrigue all in one. So the answer to the question is yes, some 1977 pennies are selling for a fortune. The majority are still only worth face value, but the rare mint errors, the double dies, the dramatic off-centers, and the perfect high-grade examples can bring life-changing money at auction. Always check your change carefully, always weigh and examine your pennies from this year, and always look for unusual features, because that ordinary coin sitting in your pocket could be one of the rarest 1977 pennies in existence, and maybe even worth $1 million.